Yeah. How's it going, everyone? Anthony Casey here. I'm here with Debbie and Athlone, Lissy Woolen. This is a site here that are 1,000 men. The site happens to be beside a creche and beside a national school. And Debbie, you've been here for a little while, haven't you?
I've been here since 7 this morning.
7 this morning,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And what's the feeling on the ground? Are you getting much support? I can hear a lot of cars beeping and passing by.
A lot more support since the public meeting on Wednesday night when we had just about 300 or more that turned up for the meeting.
Yeah.
And we're getting a lot more support from passing traffic as well than what we have been.
It seems like there is a lot more support from the passing traffic. And it seems like they have a few work vehicles going in and out there. But I believe part of it is OPW land, isn't it? That they can get so far and you have to let them pass once
That's
they
right,
each buy.
Yeah. What we've been doing this morning is just slow walking them in. I think there were about 3 or 4 trucks actually turned away today.
Really?
Yeah.
That's massive progress.
So, and we had more here. There's usually just like 2 or 3 of us at 7 o'clock in the morning, but we had more here this morning.
Great, okay.
So it's starting to get more.
We're kind of doing this video as a call out here because I think Athlone and the residents need a lot of people's help. There's a few here now, but it doesn't have to be people from Athlone. I drove from South Kildare. People can drive from anywhere. I believe there's people on the way from Coolock. There's people from everywhere. And they really need to be here and come together under this. I'm here speaking on behalf of the and I'm trying to get coordination from 32 counties to stop these things from happening. Because it's not right, and they're putting the foot down, aren't they? They're saying this is going to happen regardless.
Regardless of what we do, even with the legal route, they're saying they can override it or overrule it, whatever. But there's been so many breaches that we as just lay people can't do anything about. We need somebody who would offer their legal advice. It would be brilliant.
You know, funny, I put a shout out today to lawyers of justice or to anybody who can help these causes. Some injunctions, something. I know every case is individual, but if people could get involved to have the expertise, even anonymously, and help these people out, because 1,000 men going in here, 1,000 men going in here, it's a school like that, primary school, it's actually a bachelor it's not right. It's hitting an environment for disaster. It's a recipe for disaster, really, isn't it? It's unsafe.
It's not racially motivated. It's 1,000 single unvetted men. Government is saying they're vetted. They're not vetted. They had their fingerprints taken for the EU register. These guys are not coming from Europe. They're not in the European Union. And it's a known fact that Ireland are the slowest in Europe at vetting. It can take up to 18 months. Within 18 months, it's going to be too late. 18 months' time, it's going to be too late.
Yeah, 100%.
These 2 years ago, they put 150 people down here, single men. They had to move them because they started stabbing each other, and there was a big commotion, and they moved them on. What's going to happen with 1,000? The Garda can't cope. The Garda cannot cope if anything happens.
Yes, yeah. Well, it's interesting as well, and I live in Kildare. At the moment, it's a 20-year crime high rate in Kildare. It's up 66% this year. And I was at a Garda meeting last week, and the guards are kind of shrugging their shoulders saying we're unfunded. And I said to them, is there not an investigation, or what do you put the cause down for this mass increase in crime? And they said, with an influx in population, you're going to have crime. So I asked the question, are the guards facilitating this population? And someone heckled me and said, don't blame the guards on mass immigration. But unfortunately, it is. Now, whether they're being friendly to make their lives a bit easier, you do. And you will have, we've all seen the riot squads in Newtown and Kennedy. We've all seen what happens in Coolock. Unfortunately, we're hoping that doesn't happen here, but for that not to happen here, you need a strong showing of solidarity between people from all different groups to get here. Forget about your says no bickering yourselves. What political parties are fighting amongst themselves. We just need to all come together, don't we, for the cause?
Everybody, and as peaceful as we're doing it now. We've not had any problems with the guards this morning. In fact, they've been really helpful.
Okay, great.
They're all local ones. But like in the whole area, there's 184 guards for Athlone. And that's when they're all put together. They're not all on shift at the same time. So how many do you actually have on duty at any one time? If anything disastrous happens, there's nothing. There's no help. There's doctor, and another thing, services, doctors, dentists, healthcare, childcare. The town is at its limits as it is.
Yeah. Well, this is the problem with mass uncontrolled immigration. I'm going to the doors now and I'm talking about the first policy leaflet is immigration, and people are saying, "Oh, you're not, one of those." And I said, "Well, people are most afraid. 85% of the people are afraid in Ireland of mass uncontrolled immigration. It's mass immigration. Immigration has always worked. Nobody's saying it hasn't, and nobody's racist about it. But people are saying that when you have crime going through the roof, when you have GP lists on their knees, no hospitality sector anymore. We have to be sensible. It's all about being sensible. Sensible policies. What's working? This clearly isn't working.
It's not working, and you just need that balance. But they're not even willing to come to us and compromise on numbers. It's just roughshod.
Yeah.
The government is just riding roughshod.
Yeah. And look, I think it's a credit to you for being out here to see, to zoom in too much on people's faces.